Hello, this is Amira. I am participating in a bit of an older tag. It's called You in the Tarot, and I'm scared to mispronounce the name, but I will go ahead and put it up in the video here, and I will link to their video below. Now, this is based on a meme that went around a while back, and basically, you would have several pictures that would represent different things. So, one was, who does society think I am? Who does my family think I am? Who do my friends think I am? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be seen as? And how I really am, who I really am. When I saw the tag, I was like, I don't even want to do this. And then I just recently saw the tarot spin that the creator put on it. And now I am like, hell yes, I want to do this. This is awesome. This is amazing. So basically, the top row is cards from the Gorgon Tarot that I have chosen to represent the answer to these questions. So the first question is, how does society see me? And I decided that society sees me as the Seven of Cups. Kind of flighty, kind of going from thing to thing, a bit unfocused, maybe a dabbler in many things, but a master at none. So that's where I landed on this first one. And that is how society sees me. Okay, moving on. The second card is how my family sees me. Now, for this card, I chose Temperance. And I'm not saying that my family is one of extremes, but I still play a part of an intermediary. I keep the energy from getting too crazy in either direction. I try to maintain peace. So I think this card suits me pretty well. I thought the family one would be harder to choose than it was, but actually, the fifth card, who I really am, was the most difficult amongst these. Okay, so the third card is who my friends think I am. So for this card, I chose the Hermit. I'm an introvert by nature. I'm also inclined to retreat when my mental health is suffering, and it definitely has been suffering this past year or so. It's been a rough year, I'll admit it. But even when that isn't the case, I do feel like I'm a hermit a lot of the time, and that they would probably see me this way. So that is what I chose for the third card, which is how my friends see me. We're having a bit of a pause here right now, so let me go ahead and finish that. This is the Gorgon's Tarot that I'm using for this top row. All right, here's the fourth card, which is how I want to be seen. And that is as the Queen of Swords. And this may not surprise people since I have this resin of the Queen of Swords. Now, in general, I feel like my personality is really more aligned to the cups, but I do want to be the Queen of Swords. Wise, even, measured. She considers things before she does them. And I love her energy and wish that this was me. So this is who I want to be, 100%. We are now coming down to the last card, which is who I am. And as I mentioned, this is the card I had the hardest time choosing, but I ultimately went with, are you ready? Here we go. The Wheel of Fortune. Why am I hesitating to turn it? Oh, I went with the wheel because I do have my ups and downs. And again, I think this is partially due to mental health. On the other hand, I also kind of feel like, I mean, everyone has ups and downs, so I don't know. I don't know if that's really the best answer or not, but I basically couldn't think of a different card that suited me better, so that's why I went with it. On the next row, instead of choosing the cards for this, I'm using a different deck. This is the Wandering Star Tarot, and I will be shuffling so that the answers are all random. And this is what tarot or the universe decides are the actual answers to the same questions. Can you tell why I thought this tag would be fun? I did go ahead and shuffle this a number of times, but I cut out several of the shuffles because you don't want to see me shuffling 7 times, which is what I tend to do. The Wandering Star Tarot is a fun deck, and I've wanted to use it a bit more, so that's why I went ahead and chose it. Okay, here we go. Here is how society sees me as the fool. I have to admit, I laughed a lot about this. I think this is kind of great. I'll be honest. I love it. Oh. So the universe thinks that I am full of potential and that I have innocence and youth. We'll just call it a youthful spirit because I am not a youth in numbers. So, yeah, I thought this was a surprise for sure, but a fun surprise. So, maybe it's time to take a bold leap and trust that the universe will catch me, right? So, that is how society sees me. All right, shuffling, shuffling, shuffling again. Now, this is how my family sees me. I was pretty curious about all of these cards, I have to admit. Like, as fun as it was to choose the top row, like, it was more exciting to see what the cards were going to say about it, about each of the different topics. I should note that I will take jumper cards into account. Like, if a card jumps out, I'm going to take it. I did have a few jumpers in this reading, but in other cases, I felt like I just grabbed one. This card was another surprise. Not as much of a surprise as the first one. I wouldn't have been surprised to get the Queen of Cups, but I was a little bit surprised to get the King. So he's generous, he's charismatic, he's deeply sensitive and empathic, has a warm heart, and all of these things are definitely true for me. So I can see this. I can see this as how my family sees me. This was definitely a pleasing card to get. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. All right, the next card is how my friends think of me. Now I'm going to shuffle and see what comes up. Now, I've noticed that this deck has a tendency to bow a little bit, so that's why I did do reversing here, so I can bow it back into place. And here's where an interesting thing happened as I was shuffling. And I had a jumper, but not just one. I had 2 jumpers. So I was wondering what I should do. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to put them both down. Maybe some friends think of me as the Seven of Pentacles, and other friends think of me as the Nine. So that's where we're going. So, Seven of Pentacles. I am on my way to my goals. I'm working hard. I just need to keep going, persevere, and I'll get there. The Nine of Pentacles. In a place where I can take pleasure in my success and in what I've achieved. And both of these surprised me. And this is where I just admit that honestly, this whole reading surprised me. In a good way, like in the best way, in the great way that only tarot can. So, yeah. They aren't really seeing the hermit side of me, or that doesn't encapsulate who they see me as. They see me as successful or working towards success. And that certainly feels good. All right. We are now at who does the universe think I want to be? I said the Queen of Swords, but what about the universe? What do they have to say about it? And we know they will. The universe has things to say. It always has things to say. Looks like I was going to have jumpers, but I end up just choosing a card for this one, I think. According to the universe, the Page of Pentacles is how I want to be seen. So intelligent and resourceful, talented. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. There, I'm just pointing out some of the keywords on the card. Oh. So that's how the universe says I want to be seen as the Page of Pentacles. I was super surprised by the number of pentacles in this reading. One thing it could mean is that I'm more successful than I think I am. That feels a little shocking. I think that's because of this rough year that I've been having. I'll be honest and say I'm in a rough spot right now. That makes this reading even more impactful, I think. All right, so that is where we are on the fourth card. Let's move on to the fifth card, which is How I Really Am. I'm pretty sure it's not going to say the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. I came up with that. It was a tough decision, really. Like, I was the least confident in that choice. So let's see what comes up here. I decided to cut the deck a little bit. And here we go. This is how I really am. And I got the King of Swords. Not the Queen, the King of Swords. I was aiming too low. But again, another surprise. Intellectual, decisive, person of power and position, yet sensible, and can make solid decisions. Like, I don't see myself there. But that's not what that card is about, right? That card is where the universe sees me. Whew. This has been really, really good. I have enjoyed this so much. So a big thank you to the creator of this tag and to everyone who participated. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. I'll be back again in a new video. This has been Monday Miscellany. Until the next video, take care.